this video, you will learn how to rewrite formulas and equations for different variables. So what's a formula? A formula is a mathematical rule that's written using symbols and sometimes numbers. Usually it's an equation. We use formulas for lots of things, especially in math and science. These two formulas show how to find the perimeter. P equals 4s is the perimeter of a square. P equals 2 times the length plus width is the perimeter of a rectangle. These two formulas show how to find the area of a square and a rectangle. The area of a square is s squared, or side squared. The area of a rectangle is length times width. And we can also use formulas to find the volume of three-dimensional figures. On the left, we have a cube. The formula for volume of a cube is V equals S cubed, or the side length times itself 3 times. On the right, the formula for a rectangular prism's volume is V equals length times width times height. Here are some more examples of formulas. Rewriting a formula for a different variable can help us solve real-world problems. Example number 1. How long does my garden need to be? I bought a bag of flower seeds so I can start a flower garden. In front of the fence is a long strip of dirt that is W feet wide from the fence to the grass. My bag of flower seeds says it will cover A square feet of ground. How long should my flower garden be? Here's a quick picture so you can understand what this looks like. We've got a fence, and then in front of the fence, there is a strip of dirt that is W feet wide from the fence to the grass. We need to figure out how long the garden should be. The formula to find the area of a rectangle is A equals L times W, or area equals length times width. But the flower package tells us what the area is, and we don't know what the length is, but we do know what the width is. So we don't want to solve for A, we want to solve for L. Let's start by rewriting the formula A equals length times width. We are trying to solve for the variable L. It's on the right side of the equal sign. What's with it? It has a W with it. What kind of math is happening there between the L and the W? Since they're right next to each other, they're being multiplied. So we need to undo that math. If L is being multiplied by W, we need to undo it by dividing both sides of the equation by W. Now, when we're working with all letters or variables, we can't actually do any numerical math. We can't actually punch anything into the calculator and come up with a different number. So on the left side, we now have A divided by W. We're going to leave it like that. And on the right side, we divided by W because the L was being multiplied by W. We had to undo it. So now we just have L on the right. Now we've rewritten the original formula. It was area equals length times width. Now we know how to find the length if we do know the area and the width. We can take the area that the flowers will cover off of the package of seeds. Then we can divide it by the width of our garden. That will tell us how far we need to go with the seeds, the length of the garden. Example number 2. No story problem this time, just a formula. Solve for B. S equals 2B plus F. Now we need to get B all by itself. The B is tied pretty tightly to the 2. 2 is being multiplied by the B. And then that plus F, we can get rid of that. Let's subtract F from both sides of this equation. On the left side, we have S minus F. We really can't do much with that. They're not like terms, so we can just rewrite it as S minus F. Then on the right, the only thing left is 2B. We're still trying to get that B all by itself. So what is happening to it? It looks like it's being multiplied by 2. So we can divide both sides by 2. Now on the left, let's just rewrite it just how it is because there's no numerical math that we can do here. But on the right side, we've accomplished our goal to get that B all by itself. 2 divided by 2 is just 1, so we have 1b. Now we've rewritten the formula S equals 2b plus f, and we have b equals S minus f over 2. I know this doesn't seem to mean a whole lot right now, but if we knew the whole use for this formula, it could be very helpful. It's just incredibly handy to be able to manipulate all these letters and numbers in any formula. Really, you can do this kind of thing to any expression, any formula, any equation. Multiplying and dividing, adding and subtracting, the same thing to both sides. Let's try one last example. We're solving for h. The formula is v equals 1/3 b times h. The h is being multiplied by not just b, but also 1/3. So we need to get both of those away from it. Let's just do one thing at a time, though. I think we'll start by dividing both sides of the equation by b. The purpose of dividing by b was to undo the times b on the right. Now that the b is gone, the right side is just 1/3 times h. And the left side can just be rewritten exactly how it is, v divided by b. Remember, we're trying to get the h all by itself. We're solving for h. So what's happening to the h? It's being multiplied by 1/3. So if we multiply both sides of the equation by the reciprocal of 1/3, that will cancel out that 1/3. On the left side, it's just like multiplying fractions. We multiply straight across. 3 times v is just going to be 3v, and 1 times b will just be b. 3v divided by b. On the right side, multiplying by 3 over 1 canceled out the 1/3. So we are just left with h. Our original formula was v equals 1/3 b times h. We have rewritten it for h. H equals 3v divided by b. Now you should know how to rewrite formulas and equations for different variables. Thanks for watching.